Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Greenshift's progress bar in WordPress. Okay, so this is a mini-series on taking a look at Greenshift's blocks individually. So to get started, let's go ahead and open a blank page and take a look at it. So there's a couple ways to do this. The first one is once you've logged into your backend, that is when you've input your username and password, the admin one, you'll end up on your dashboard. And on your left-hand sidebar here, hover down to Pages and click on Add New Page. Alternatively, if you're already in your website, on any single page on it, you'll have this top toolbar once you're logged on. Hover over New and click on Page. That's going to make us a new page, a blank one, and take us to the block editor where we can play with the blocks. Okay, so let's get started with some housekeeping. If this right-hand sidebar isn't here, there's a button here beside the Publish button called Settings. Make sure to click that because this is where we will have our settings for the block. Next, let's go ahead and insert a title, Progress Bar Test, just to keep things organized. Otherwise, it's going to give you the domain over here. It's going to say blank page or like new page number 7 if you have a bunch. Finally, let's go ahead and get started. Adding the block. So there's this blue button here with a plus icon called the block inserter. Click on that and we can search your progress bar, but let's go ahead and scroll down until we see green shift elements, and it should be over here. And if it isn't, let's scroll down a bit further. We have extra elements, and this is the green shift icon and they're in blue, so these are green shift elements. And you can see here, progress bar / rating. All right, I'm going to put in a couple here because there's a few styles, and I want you guys to see what you can do with these. So these progress bars, they're static, to say the least. I'll go ahead and click on this, and you can, we'll get talking about that. So let's say, for instance, you have a quiz on your website, you don't want to use Google Forms, or you're answering forms or something, payments for information, customer information process, or creating a new account, you're getting information from your users, questions answered so far. All right, I know that's misspelled. Questions answered so far. All right, let's take a look at general settings. Now here we have our general settings. There's a type. There's bar, circle, and stars. Well, in fact, let's add another one over here, just so you guys can see how it looks like. And we'll make one for each one of these. We'll make the circle and then stars. Okay, but let's go ahead and start with the bars one. Questions answered so far, and we have over here, right? If you want a custom label, but let's say 34 out of 50, right? And we can have dynamic value, but this is a paid add-on. So if you started filling in items and text boxes, then you could get this query, make it a dynamic value, and as you start typing things, it's going to complete. Next, we have design and colors. We can change the height, the font size, the border radius, label color, line color, progress line color. Let's make it a different color. Animation, you can enable that. Block spacing, it's the same as everything else. Label spacing, the same as everything else. And we can also add an animation to this if we wanted to, but I won't because it's probably going to make it hard to use, hard to see. And everything else here is just positioning, responsiveness if you want to enable or disable this in desktop, tablet, or mobile, CSS, HTML anchors, and CSS, additional options there. So it's the same for everything else. So let's go ahead and take a look at the circle, right? There's, well, how should we say this? It's the same thing as this, but we can put numbers, right, out of 1000, and it's going to become smaller, right? So let's have it at maybe not 77, maybe 43. All right, that looks interesting, and just the same kind of customizations. Change the circle size as well. We can change the block spacing and the label spacing. So from the left, 100. Yeah, there you go. If you wanted to center it a bit more, we can change this color to green. And then next we have this one. This one works on percent, right? So if we wanted 25 over 50, 20 over 100, right? And if we had this as 1000, it stays as 5 stars. But let's take a look at those options later. So let's say we wanted 80%, so it's 4 stars. If we put it to 90%, it's 4.5 stars. And we can change the star size. Inactive star color, we'll make it black, right? Active star color, we'll make it whatever color, but it's going to stay gold. And then the spacing and label spacing. And for this one, let's add animation. What the heck? There you go. So the same thing as everything else, responsiveness options. So these are our progress bar, circle bar, and star bar. They all work the same way. Let's go ahead and publish it and take a look at the result. Okay, with that done saving, let's click on View Page, and we can see this animates. So there's how you use your progress bars, circles, and star rating system. Oh, it actually changed color. What do you know? In GreenShift and WordPress. So if you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, as it really helps us out with the YouTube algorithm. Show this kind of video to other nerds like us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.